I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do for my career until I had my son. And that's between, I didn't have Caleb until I was 21.
Isolation causes young pregnancies or too much time on your hands. Like, what do you think is the cause? And how do we change the cycle? Not saying it's a bad thing, because my mom had me young too. Well, no, logically.
But everything's not logically. Some people are very emotional.
You clocked.
Logic.
If they say you clocked my teachers now.
Actually, finally about to go to St. Paul's. I took a drug test and I failed the drug test. So that made me want to stop smoking, because smoking is whack. It's not good for you.
All right. So how long ago was that? What? When did you do that? What did you do?
Last year, I got a BBL. But you can't tell I got a BBL because my body looks very natural. Focus.
Time out.
Can you focus? Can you focus? Okay. No, so a lot of people... Can you focus? Focus. We can talk about that in a second. So I got my body done.
How much you paid?
Yeah, and like 360.
Nobody get a BBL on my platform.
I'm not encouraging them. I'm not encouraging them. But it's because they get BBL and life on 360.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Okay.
Sometimes you see this way. You doing some real human stuff, and I'm so happy this is being caught on camera right now, because I this happens all the time. Humans will literally say something, and it's a thought that they believe. They say it out loud, and they be like, actually, that don't make sense.
And I came out of a very toxic, abusive 9-year relationship. It was abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Every level of anything you could feel. I feel like I need to give myself more props for overcoming that, because there was times when I was suicidal and things like that.
Cry, so it's gonna be awkward. Now I'm playing with you. Now I'm playing with you.
Why you see, this is why you're not supposed to do it. Don't do it. It's a secret society. Secret society. Moral of the story is, I was very proud of him.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Young and Dumb Show. So this episode gonna be a little different, alright? So I bring on a lot of experts, a lot of people to teach y'all some game, but I think we can learn from everybody in every stage of life. It's a lot of y'all out here who may be fearful, may be down on yourself, may not be following your dreams, your goals, or aspiration, or even trying because of just internal thoughts that you have. So we about to break all that down while having a conversation with Domanasia. Let's get it. All right, so introduce yourself to the people real quick.
Hi, I'm Domanasia.
Domanasia, what you do? Like, where you from? Like, come on, don't do that.
I am a mother of two. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Mainly our family.
Facts.
I am in the medical field. I am at a hump in the medical field, so I think you guys will like this episode. I'm a medical assistant right now. And we'll talk more in a second.
I bet. So Dominasia is probably a little nervous right now, right? Same way y'all would be if y'all was to come on this show too. So we about to get it out of her, and we about to have a good time. All right, so let's break it down. So you said born and raised Brooklyn. What was your childhood like? What you did? What you was into? Stuff like that. What school you went to?
Okay, she's getting right into it. Okay, so I am from Flatbush.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on Fenimore Street.
Oh yeah, I remember that apartment. Yep, yeah. Fenimore. Yep.
I grew up on Fenimore Street. I feel like my childhood was, we're gonna call it a roller coaster. Cause I was the firstborn. I feel like the firstborn is the one who goes through the most with the parent, because you're growing with your parent. Just as my firstborn is growing with me. So I feel like my childhood was pretty... It defines who I am now, because it made me the woman I am today. And yeah, pretty much.
Wait, what? Did your mom have you young or no?
My mom had me at 19.
Oh, that's considered young, yeah.
The problem, it wasn't even my mama. My dad died when I was 11 months. So now that I have friends that like I'm in that age group, and kids' fathers are dying, I see the impact it would have had on her mental health. So it explains a lot.
Okay, do you want to talk about that? I don't know, is that a sensitive topic?
No, it's not. It's not too sensitive.
Oh, not too sensitive. All right. So, all right, growing up without a dad, right? At what age did you realize that your dad was gone?
Honestly speaking, I never missed my dad as a kid. My stepfather has been my father since I was 2 years old.
Which is my uncle.
Which is my uncle. That's what makes us family.
Yeah.
So I never really felt the gap of missing my dad. It only registered with me as an adult, because as an adult, despite, yes, my stepfather has been there for me through everything in life, you still want to know who's my dad. Would he be proud of me and things like that. So
question, right? To a young girl who may be in a similar situation as you right now, what would you tell her? Like, what thoughts do you think are going through her head, and what would you tell her?
Personally, I feel like at those ages, I will tell first I will speak to my younger self. I feel like I would tell my younger self that it gets better. You're strong, and you can get through anything, because a lot of times when we're going through it, we don't even realize what we're going through at the moment, because we're so young and we're just having fun. So things is just happening. Life is just going fast, and you don't realize what your actions have, the impact your actions have, until you get older and you see the things you missed out on, or the things you could have been doing, or things like that. So the advice I would give to people that are young: focus, stay focused, and have a plan. Always have a plan. Don't just, I call it floating with the wind. Don't just float with the wind. Yeah, don't just float with the wind.
Freestyling. You
gotta know which way you're going.
Nah, it's a fact. I would add on to say too, I feel like something that you mentioned, right, is that you saw what you did have, which was a stepfather who came in and acted as your dad. And sometimes in life, right, we may not have, the thing that is like political correct, or like society's version of family or whatever, but sometimes there's people that may step in. That could be a friend of a family member. That could be a teacher. That could be a coach. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to see that maybe you didn't have this, but God bless you with something else. Yeah. You feel me? And like, appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Don't always look at life from like what you don't have. Look at, okay, what do I have? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. It's a fact. You said you're in a medical career. I don't know nothing about medical. I ain't gonna lie to you. Matter of fact, I also got something on my finger. You think you can fix this, or you don't do this?
I didn't get there yet.
Oh, all right.
That's for a doctor.
All right, cool. All right, so medical assistant. So is this what you wanted to do?
My senior year, I made a bad decision.
Of what, college or high school?
No, just a bad decision in my day-to-day life.
Wait, but where? Like senior year what?
This just senior year in high school.
High school, okay, cool. All right.
Senior year in high school. So I was not really focused. The way I went to Mega Evers College Preparatory School. So I was in there from 6th grade to 12th grade.
You with the folk people.
Who?
With the folks. Who's with 260 in them.
No.
Now let me stop playing with you.
I feel like the school was it was a mixture of everything.
All right. Yeah, they folk in there.
They didn't come in that school. They went to the high.
Oh, well then they started going to Mega Evers.
No,
they folk in there.
They got younger. Well,
they folk in there.
I feel like it happened after I was leaving, because the year my senior year, I don't want to get into.
It's some serious members in there.
Yeah.
I stay away from them people. I'm good. Now continue. I'm playing with you. Go.
Oh my God, I forgot the question.
Now you were saying that your senior year you was like,
okay, so my senior year, I feel like I was not as focused as I was, because technically I barely was in school. I skipped school. I didn't go to school. I don't even know how I graduated on time.
Where you was at? Where you was going? I was running the streets. You was outside
with my little boyfriend, my little friends. That I was smoking weed at that age, so I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. But the reason why I didn't care about going to school and things like that is because I could have graduated in 10th grade. I finished most of my regions. I was literally a senior in 10th grade, a sophomore in 11th grade.
So you were smart.
Yeah, because our school starts us, when you start in 6th grade, from 7th grade, they start you on your regions. So by 7th grade, we're already taking, back then it was Math A and Algebra and stuff like that. Now
so you was advanced.
Exactly. So by 11th grade, you're already in AP courses. I didn't take advantage of half the stuff that my school provided, and I really, to this day, regret it, because I could have graduated with my associates.
For free.
For free.
It's okay. You live and you learn.
Exactly. So now, because I have two sons, don't want to influence them too much, because they start to pull away. Like, why are you trying to control my life? But I try to give advice through there.
That's so crazy, because I was having this argument with not argument, but like a debate with my mom, right? Because I have a lot of friends that I grew up with. A lot of them are in weird situations right now. Some of them, jail. Some of them, one of them is the toppest op in America right now.
School you went to?
I went to Banneker, but this was like my middle school. And in middle school, I wasn't a bad kid, but I just started hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Hold on. When you say toppest op, what do you mean by that?
My son is folk, bro.
What's his? Never mind. Just go ahead. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you feel me? But just more to the story, right? What I'm trying to say is, my mom feels like I was in the same places, same environments as my friends, but I decided to make different choices than they did. So we was having this debate of, is it a choice or is it environmental where we make like these decisions? And what I was trying to debate my mom on was like, well, I did decide I made a choice. It was because I was exposed to other things as well. So it's like, yes, your environment, you could become a product of your environment, but sometimes like when you see other things exist, now you're not going to settle for what's just in front of you. Exactly. You feel me? And I think some of my friends just settled for what was in front of them because they didn't see otherwise. You know what I'm saying? And I was in a similar predicament as you, where by the time I was in 10th, 11th grade, I had the opportunity to graduate, which I took that opportunity. At the time, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. Besides my parents was like, all right, if that's the decision you're going to make, just have a plan. But like my coaches, everybody in the school was like, bro, why would you graduate early? You're rushing to be an adult, this, and that. How I was looking at it was like, yo, if I stay here, I'm going to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Because you have too much time on your hands to just get into it.
This is funny that you're saying this. I literally got in trouble in 10th grade. So much trouble, my principal was fed up with me. He was like, you got to go. And then my mom came and they spoke to him. And I was like, no, I want to stay in the school for my friends. Had I barely went to school 11th grade and 12th grade anyway. So had I would have just got out to school, in my eyes, I was challenging him. Why you want to kick me out? Let me stay in the school. I could stay in here if I want to. But if I would have thought like you did, I would have probably...
So what do you think was leading you to like make the decision to just like...
So in 10th grade, I was 16? Mm-hmm. So from between 16 and 18, that's when I was having the most fun. I was going to, everybody had the Atlantic Mall era. I was in teams. So people, I don't know if people will know, there was a team. I was in TFI before it was like, because at first it was just, how do I put this? It was boys and then it was girls, but then they joined it. So I was in like a bunch of groups and things like that. Just being around, fighting, just ghetto.
Oh, you was a fighter?
No.
Oh, so you was a fighter? You was getting it on? You was in a McDonald's?
That's what we knew growing up, fighting. Like, we didn't know these guns, none of these things that people are doing. Like, you might have got stabbed, but if you got stabbed, it was very dramatic. Like, what? You got stabbed?
Yeah.
Not like now, it's like, oh, she got stabbed. We was recording how they do nowadays.
Yeah.
So, I feel like between 16 and 18, that's when I learned my biggest lessons. By the time I was 18 and I went through the transition of senior year, I was like, I got to get my life together because my mother's not playing with me. She's not playing. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to go to St. John's University in Queens. I applied. I did all of the things I was supposed to do, and I did not go.
You got accepted?
I got accepted.
Why didn't you go to St. John's?
Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do for my career until I had my son. And that's I didn't have Caleb until I was 21.
You know what's so funny? Because I'm listening to you, and I'm hearing the kids that I work with right now. And I feel like I'm going to make them watch this because I always tell them, bro, like the choices that you make right now will literally have an impact on your future life. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, just be mindful. I feel like sometimes when we in it, we not thinking like, we just like, all right, I could do this. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll figure it out next year. Right? So like, how did you not going to St. John's impact you? Like what happened?
So, because I ended up going to University of Phoenix, which is an online school. So I feel like I was cheating. I passed all my classes, but I was cheating. I was Googling. They have, it's some app you can, I'm not going to tell you the app because I don't want nobody to
check.
Do it right.
I'll tell you. Check.
It was not Chat GPT back then.
It was Chegg. I cheated in college too.
It's Cheggs. And study.com.
Yeah, study.com was going. But you had to pay for that one. You was a cheater for real if you bought study.com.
Like, Google what you need. Like, all right, if you take it, I feel like I'm teaching them bad things.
Bro, you Google the question, kids know this already. You ain't teaching nothing they don't know.
If you Google the question, it'll pop up right there, and then you can get your little answer real quick. Some things you might have to pay for on study.com, but you might get a little bit of your answers in there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But when I was that year, I went to online school, and I stopped immediately because I didn't feel like I was focusing in school. And then I went through postpartum.
Oh, so you was pregnant while in school?
Yeah, I was pregnant while in school.
Okay, cool. Let's get into, first, I want to talk about teen. Were you pregnant as a teen or not?
No, I was 20.
20? Okay, you just missed the cut.
Missed the cut.
All right. Young pregnancy, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's still young.
All right.
I wasn't even able to drink yet and I got pregnant.
Okay. Do you feel like isolation causes young pregnancies or too much time on your hands? Like, what do you think is the cause, and how do we change the cycle? Not saying it's a bad thing, because my mom had me young too. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that at some point in our community, we have to start looking like, how do we break the cycle, of like young pregnancy, or at least not having our kids grow up in a household where like it's stable. You feel me?
I feel like in the way I always feel like what we need to do to break the cycle. I feel like a lot of times our parents, because my mom and my stepfather, they were very strict on me because I'm the girl. My dad told me every day, don't kiss them boys, don't do every drive to school in the morning. Like, don't. And I feel like for a lot of children, man, my son is Aquarius. I'm very rebellious. So for a lot of us, I feel like the more you hear don't, the more you want to do. So I feel like with my son is 8. He has a girlfriend.
Okay.
He said, I asked him if he kissed his girlfriend. He said no. I'm telling his business. I'm so sorry. I asked him if he kissed his girlfriend. He said no, but she kisses him on the cheek. So he told me he loved her. And I'm like, love? So I'm like, you only 8 years old. But I had to realize that, okay, let me guide him through this conversation instead of telling him, no, you don't love her. You too young for love. I said, what makes you think you love her? He was like, because I've just been my girlfriend since this grade. They was together since 1st grade. He's in 3rd grade. He said he's going to marry her. I said to him, listen, after 5th grade, you guys don't know what's going to happen. So I need you to be open-minded to the fact that this might not be forever. And he said, no, mommy, this is forever. I was like, okay. So, but if it gets to the point where, it's not forever, mommy will be here to talk you through the moment, to make you feel better and things like that. Because right now he's 8. He doesn't know what love is. He know he loves me. He probably don't even know why he loves me. That's what I'm saying. He might say, oh, because my mommy buy me things. She give me Roblox. But he doesn't really know these words. So I feel like the more you try to start enforcing things, say for instance, my dad telling me not to kiss boys. What if I wasn't kissing boys at that age? Now I want to know what kissing boys is. You get what I'm saying? We put things out there that people that they're probably not even worrying about.
Now that's a fact. But to your point, so all right, so you spoke on you feel like hearing no too much. So you think parents should be just more mentors, right? Like, yes, don't say no, but talk you through the process of what can happen if you do this, or what can happen if you do that.
Because now, if I know the consequences, I probably wouldn't want to. Some people might be daredevils still, like, hey, she told me I might get shot over there, but I'm still going to go because who going to shoot me? And then they go and they get shot. Now they know, okay, next time mommy say something, I'm going to listen to her instead of let me try to force it and try to do it anyway. So I feel like a lot of times, I guess we call it now gentle parenting. It's hard because, ACS will get you in a second if you even pluck your kids. So I feel like gentle parenting goes a long way.
Do you think that there's some kids who would just like, regardless, you can coach them through it, regardless, they just going to do it? Or do you feel like there's like, you could put your kids into programs where like they don't have time to get into certain things? Or you think like regardless, kids are just going to find their ways to be kids now that you're a parent?
I feel like
and being a kid.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what you say or do, your kid's going to find a way to be a kid. You just have to literally just know how to not be a friend, because I don't want my kids to think I'm their little friends, but just be the person.
Oh, you're a mom now. That was a mom quote. My little friend. Yeah, you're a mom now. They got you. They got you. Yeah.
I just don't want them to feel like they can't come to me. Like, you see the conversation I just had mentioned about my son. He felt the need. I didn't ask him anything. He felt the need. Mommy, this is how my day goes. All I have to say is, how was your day? He'll tell me everything without me having to, and how was this? And how was that? He tells me what he learned, how he learned it. My 4-year-old, he tells me his day too. I ask him, I take chances with him, and I'm like, because he has to learn his left and his right. So I say, who was sitting to the left of you? Who's sitting to the right of you? Who's sitting in front of you? Who's sitting behind you? It's just try to be active, because when to speak on my personal experience growing up, my mom, like I said, my dad died when I was 11 months. So I feel like she probably was depressed. She probably was going through a lot of things that I didn't understand till now that I'm older dealing with depression. Now I understand that maybe it wasn't neglect. It was more so she didn't know what she was going through. She grew up in the era where, our parents grew up in an era where mental health is not spoke about how we speak about it now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about being active, being present, understanding, because you can see a shift in your child. You can always see a shift. You could tell when something's wrong. My oldest is a Gemini, so I never really know what's wrong because
he got multiple
sometimes
I was just
nothing don't be wrong with him. He just have that face. And he's like,
yeah.
So you just have to know when to intertwine and say, hey, let's talk about it, or because I'm not the aggressive parent. I'm not the disciplining parent. I'm the fun parent.
Now I got
I'm the one they don't take serious.
So I'm gonna get into it. So we're gonna start off by saying you just mentioned depression, right?
Yes.
Are you going through depression now?
I'm medicated now for it.
Okay. So what does it mean to be depressed? What are you actively feeling?
Okay, so with depression, I feel like there's active depression. Like I'm moving around. I have kids, so I have to make what I have to make work. I have to do what I have to do. Mine is so bad that I can't do much of it. I can't function properly sometimes.
So you don't have functional depression. So you're like sit in the bed.
Yeah, I will sleep. I could sleep. If it was a sleeping challenge, you could tag me in. I will win.
So okay, let's talk about it. At what moments do you feel depressed?
You're getting deep. As of recently, because I've started my regimen with my psychiatrist in June, last June. Recently, I feel like the moments when I get the most depressed is around the holidays because my kid's father and myself, we recently separated. That was a 9 years worth of roller coaster. So how we separated, it was really bad, and now the way what happened affects my oldest son, and I see it every day. And around the holidays recently, I've seen it a lot, and it made me very uncomfortable because he was sad. He was telling me, because he's able to express things to me, he was telling me how he felt about not being with the both of us for the first time. So it was like, no, Christmas we split them up, Thanksgiving we split them up, New Year's they stayed with me because it's just New Year's. There's no parties.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays it's more so when certain things happen. Like the month of March, I had a brother. Not really. He's not a blood brother, but I grew up with him like a brother, and he passed away 2 years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
And the day is coming nowadays, so I know around that time I'm probably not gonna realize, but I'm probably gonna be not want to be around everybody and want to push everybody away.
So, but why do we? I'm not like a doctor or anything like that. If I post this, everybody might tell me to shut up. So I'm just putting a disclaimer out here. But why do we call it depression instead of just saying that I'm reacting to an experience and this is just how I feel? Like, what? Because I feel like depression has this sad, negative connotation that goes along with it, where I think that if we shift it to a positive note of just saying, like, I'm a human. I'm just having an emotional experience right now. I'm just feeling off of something that I experienced, right? You're grieving, technically, right?
Yeah.
From, like, loss of your friend, loss of your kid's father, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why is that a depression? Why can't it be like, I'm just experiencing this right now, and okay, here's moments when I feel it, right? So in moments where I'm about to feel it, let me do something that makes me feel alive. Let me do something that makes me feel like like.
Personally, I feel like depression. So those are the actions. Like that's what you're feeling. But depression is, I've said that wrong. Those are like what you're feeling. But depression, I feel like, is the action. Because now I'm feeling sad. I'm grieving over my brother. So the depression in me is making me want to stay in the bed. It's making me want to smoke a lot of, not, disclaimer. It's making me want to smoke a lot of weed. It's making me want to get up at 9 a.m., 7 a.m., take my kids to school, come back home, lay right back down in the bed, pour me a cup of wine, roll up, lay down, watch a show, go to sleep. So it's like, I feel like it's more so the patterns like yourself being drawn to the bed, you eating a lot. It's the things that you do under the circumstances of how you're feeling.
I get that. But all you're just explaining to me is habits.
Those are habits.
That's all. You're literally all you're explaining is a habit of how you cope with something.
I feel like personally...
What's good, y'all? It's Aaliyah from Financial Revolution. Are you broke or are you brilliant? This is the #1 financial literacy drinking game. This is a way for you to test your financial knowledge with your friends, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, anybody. So now here's how you play the game. So we have Q&A cards. These Q&A cards have different financial questions, such as, what does APR stand for? Do you know what that stands for? If you get it correct, you receive a currency card. The more currency cards you have, that's how you win the game. Now, where it gets fun and cool, people have to take a shot for their poor financial decisions that they made. So we have take a shot cards. So now on this take a shot card, it says, take a shot if you don't have stocks. Or take a shot if you don't have credit. Or take a shot if you ever paid an overdraft fee. I know y'all would be drunk by now. Now, make sure you go to my website and you get your Broker Brilliant today so that you can play this. Again, this is a fun financial literacy drinking game. And you might see a little discount. Run over. Let's get it, y'all. Back to the episode.
There's sadness and then there's depression. For instance, today you're sad. Right? My depression personally is bipolar depression. So right now, I'll be pissed off. I'll be so angry. But in 2 minutes from there, I'm happy again. I'm joking. And
Gemini. You Gemini?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, that's that Gemini joint.
So it's like, me personally, I feel like my moods come and go. They come and go. Like, I'll be sitting down and I'm happy, I'm joking. And then I'll think about something and it'll put me into a really, really, really sad mood.
Damn,
and then sometimes it's, huh?
I think I got that. Now I'm not trying to be funny, bro.
It's like she got the flu.
Now I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't think I get sad. I'll think about something and be like...
But then you talk yourself out of the moment.
Bro, am I being diagnosed right now, bro? I gotta sit down with the people. I gotta talk to the lady.
Talk to the lady and the man?
I talk to the lady. Nah, I hear you, but I'm just saying...
We all go through our different stages. Like, for instance, I have... One of my siblings, I'm not going to say their names because he don't like to be talked about. One of my siblings goes through depression. And a lot of times he comes to me to talk about it because he knows that this is what I'm going through. So I try to guide him through, like, get up out the bed, do things, like, try to do things, find something that you like. Like, even my friends that come to me and talk to me, I don't know how they come to me and talk to me because I think I'm the most messed up out of all of them. But I appreciate them and I love them regardless. So I just try to encourage people and let them know, like, hey, find something. Start small. Like, go, if you feel like, oh, I have 2 bags of laundry that I haven't done in 3 weeks. Okay, get up, do your laundry. Fold your clothes. That's a little small accomplishment you can start with. Go for a walk. Get out the house. That's what I'm starting to do.
Bro, I don't know if I'm just, like, insensitive. But it's just like, girl, get up. And, like, Sarah Jakes, like, get up, bro. Like,
that's how I am now.
I don't know. Maybe I got high functional joint, but like
you can't. There is high functional depression.
It's just like, why would I sit in sadness? Logically.
But everything's not logically. Some people are very emotional.
You clocked. They say you clocked my teachers now. You clocked my teachers.
Because there's people that's logical thinkers and there's emotional thinkers. Me, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna say, hey. Say, for instance, I'm going to use an example. Say I'm dating somebody and I know he has a girlfriend, right? And when the girlfriend finds out about me, I'm fighting her like, oh, that's my man and my man. That's me being emotional because I love this man. But I'm not thinking like, okay, girl, you knew he had a man. Get yourself. This is not a real situation. I would never in my life. I'm just speaking as a quick little scenario.
That's what they all say. No. I'm playing with you.
I'm one and only. That's it.
Got you. I be seeing you on social media. You got a boyfriend. I be seeing you.
I'm actually wearing his chain.
Oh, word. Oh, is that serious? You took the chain? My fault.
This is
my fault, big dog. My fault. No, you stop playing. All right. Nah, I hear you. And that was a great way to explain it because I think sometimes I don't understand people because I do think logically. Let's get into it, though. So you feel like your depression sometimes stops you from achieving the things that you want to do. So let's talk about it, right? So what's a goal that you have? Like all right, So do you want to start? Is it a business or is it?
So okay, personally, I want to start a business, but my end game is to be a nurse practitioner.
Okay, so where are you? So walk me through the steps. Where are you? You're a medical assistant, nurse practitioner. What is that?
I have a long way to go.
All right,
literally a long way. So I graduated as a medical assistant in 2018.
Okay.
Not to talk about shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I had 6 years, and it literally takes 2 years from when I graduated to become a nurse. So right now, what I'm doing is I went back to school during COVID. It was a little hard because I was always the one home with the kids. So my youngest was a baby, so I'm breastfeeding him, and then my oldest is on remote learning. Then I'm also trying to be in school while also trying to work remote. So it was a lot on me. So when it was time for me to take my TEAS exam, I failed. I failed it 3 times.
So that discouraged you?
It discouraged me. And when I was actually finally about to go to St. Paul's, I took a drug test and I failed the drug test. So that made me want to stop smoking. Because smoking is whack. It's not good for you.
All right. So how long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. All right.
So cool. Right now, what I'm doing is I was being cheap. I didn't want to pay for the little more metrics thing so I could learn to study. It's an app online. I didn't want to pay for it. So I'm like, oh, I pay $40 a month. But I'm like, I might as well pay $40 a month. I was paying $40 every week for, I'm saying, for some weed. And I didn't need that. So I said, let me focus on what I need. So since this year, I've started to hold myself a little more accountable because of the guy I'm dating. I'm usually the friend that tell everybody, like, go for it. So I never had nobody. I do have people in my life like that. Let me not make them feel no way, but he's been the reason. Like, he's really cutthroat. It's like, no, we got to do this. Like, I want to be a millionaire. And I'm like, I want to be a millionaire too. My kids already think I'm rich, so why won't I just go for it? So recently I've been studying for my TEAS exam. I feel a little more confident. I've been working on my mental health because I do have ADD. It's hard to focus.
But again, that's another label that they put. Do you really have ADD, yes, or you just do multiple things at one time?
No, it's not doing. Do you know what ADD is?
I don't know. I grew up hearing it. They've been telling me I got all that ADD, ADHD
disorder.
Okay, but that is
hyperactive. Like,
that is a label that they put.
Let me explain to you why I have ADD. Because I self-diagnosed myself. The doctor didn't tell.
Again, you put a label on yourself. You claim that over your life. It's like people be like, I got anxiety. You have anxiety because you're nervous? You have anxiety because you're nervous, bro? Like, that's a normal feeling.
It is, but it's called anxiety. They've been feeling it for years. The reason why nowadays everybody feel like, oh, we have all these labels is because they never knew what it was.
But, okay.
They started getting to know all of these things. Anxiety, depression. Before they never was talking about this.
Maybe this is my logical thinking, but I don't claim no label over my life because the moment... Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. A lot of people don't know. Before I was speaking, I used to be nervous to speak, but you would never know. You would never know.
I remember.
Right? Now, but I never, allowed that to bother me. Like, I never sat... So, let's say I'm about to go speak in front of, 100 people. Most people would say, I'm nervous. Oh, my God, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous. I can't do it. Like, you feel me? I would never, register the fact that I'm nervous. I would just ignore it. Like, I would do other things. I go on my phone. I would never, you know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
But because people start saying, I got this, I got that, you automatically start manipulating your mind to operate like you have issues if you just ignore the issues. And maybe this is not healthy. Again.
It's not, it is healthy because that's my favorite saying, mind over matter.
Yes. Facts.
Because me personally, yes, I feel like, oh, I have this problem, but that's just because I'm acknowledging that I have a problem. Now let me go get the medicine I need because...
But why do you need medicine?
Me,
bro?
Because I feel like it's hard to focus. Like, I'll lay in my bed and I'll say, all right, I got 10 things to do today. But then I'll get up and I'll be like, I have 7 hours. Because we think we got all the hours in a day.
You think we have all the hours in a day. Again,
all right, I think I have all the hours in a day.
But the thing is, bro, I do the same thing. I'll sit and be like, okay.
Wait, let me finish.
Yeah, you go.
So, okay, for instance, this is a little personal. I got my body done.
What? When did you do that? What did you do?
Last year, I got a BBL. But you can't tell I got a BBL because my body looks very natural. Focus. Can you focus? Can you focus? Okay, so a lot of people... Can you focus? Focus. We can talk about that in a second. So I got my body done last March, right? And a lot of people would, like, try to get in your ear, like, oh, you're going to die. Or, what's my favorite one? It hurts so bad. Oh, my God, it hurts so bad. When I tell you I got up off the table and I was walking like I'm still alive.
So you wasn't on a plane?
No, I sat on my butt.
So all of this is a lie?
I walked through. No, I feel like so
all the
over matter.
So all the BBL talk I be talking about, you would just be watching it knowing I'm talking about the BBLs?
You can't. I don't even know why I said that just now. Nobody, you can't tell. It looks.
I never knew that you had a BBL.
It looks natural.
Wow.
But
we're gonna talk about that.
Okay, the reason why I brought it up is because I knew what I was getting myself into. So I didn't go there like, oh, it's gonna be painful. I didn't lay on the people table like, oh, I'm scared and nervous. I thought to myself like, if I be nervous, I'm gonna die. So why be nervous? Just pray and get yourself through this. You came this far. You spent your money, girl. You a big girl. Get it together. When I woke up and I felt the pain, I just breathed through the pain. It's mind over matter. You can't think. If you think it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt. If you think you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be sad. If you think you can't do something, you're not gonna do it.
Okay, all right. I'm about to make a correlation real quick. All right, hold on. Hold on. All right, cool. All right. So, all right, cool. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
And we gotta make this concise so the people can understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna try to relate one thing to another thing. So you brought up the BBL. Cool. Okay. Right? What was the process of you getting the BBL? Walk me through from the moment you thought about it to the moment you got it, and give me in a minute, 2 minutes.
Okay, so all right. The moment I never wanted to get my body done. I thought I could do the gym. I used to wear waist trainers. I did cavitation. That's when they put it's like a sonogram machine and they burn the fat in the lymphatic nerves or whatever. I did colonics. I did literally everything I can to get myself back to how I was.
And this was like after the baby?
After my first son. I lost the weight down, and when I lost the weight down, my relationship wasn't going how I expected it to go. We separated and we came back because he's like, oh, you're losing weight, so let me get you pregnant. And I got pregnant again. And after I got pregnant again, I was huge, like 220 pounds huge. Humongous. That was the biggest I've ever been. I'm used to 150. So I felt like he was comfortable with me being the size that I was. And I didn't have the energy. I didn't want to do nothing. Like, it was just so much to do for the kids that I didn't know how I was going to get back to the gym. I tried the Herbalife. Every night, it was like every Tuesday and Thursday, we go online at 7 p.m. And we work out. That didn't work for me because then I couldn't make the meetings. So it's like I'm trying things, but it's not working. Then the more my kid's father would tell me I can't do something, it's like now I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. Then one day I'm like, you know what? He's not the boss of me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And I went and I paid for it.
How much you paid?
I paid $4,100. That's just for the surgery.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 41,000.
No, it was only 41,000.
If you said 41,000, now I would have just turned to.
It's because the girls don't understand that all they need is a BBL. They don't need BBL and Life for 360.
Nobody get a BBL on my platform.
I'm not encouraging them. But it's because they get BBL and Life for 360.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Okay, moral of the story is because with the BBL, they have to get the fat from somewhere.
Okay.
So why would you pay for lipo if they're already going to do lipo? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But don't get it. It's not good.
Well, I'm not saying
everybody gonna look like me.
I'm not saying it's not good, but more of the story. Okay, so you went through the whole process. You had to. We went.
I rescheduled my surgery 3 times.
Where you went to?
I went to Miami.
Miami. Okay, Dr. Miami.
No, hell no. Oh. You know how much he costs? Like $10,000 for a finger.
Just going through some mental challenges. Then you was like, okay, I tried this. I tried that. I tried that. It's not working. All right, let me look into getting this surgery. You find a doctor. I bet you had to fly to Miami at least twice.
No, once.
Oh, once? Oh.
Just for the surgery.
Oh. So
I did all my medical stuff here, yeah.
Okay. Telehealth consultations.
I never even spoke to the doctor until the day I saw him.
Fearless. Okay, cool. So, I gotta stop.
No, it's because my original doctor, he ended up going to Peru. That was
He
pissed
dipped
off.
on you?
He dipped on me.
All right, cool. But I'm trying to make a point here. All right, cool. Doctor dipped on you. Cool. I'm gonna find another one. Telehealth appointments. Fly to Miami. Leave the kids, because I bet you have to leave the kids.
They with their dad.
All right, kids went with the father. All right, flew to Miami.
Had to pay for recovery home.
All right, pay for recovery home. Mentally told yourself while you was getting the surgery, I'm good, I got this, I'm gonna get through it. And then you came back, did it, and you live happily ever after. Mm-hmm. Where's that energy with your business, your goals, whatnot? No, like, I'm just asking. Because all what happened was that you was in a mental place. Mm-hmm. And you was like, you know what? I have enough of this. You tried different things, but you were so persistent in what you wanted to do that you went to the...
Now, I'm going to cut you short because I already see where we're going with this. So, me personally, I feel like with me getting my body done, there was nobody I needed to support me through that process. I went by myself. I did it by myself.
But how? Hold on. Surgery, though.
Hold on. I went by myself. I did it by myself. Now with my business, because I wanted to cook, because I could cook really well.
Yeah, you can cook well.
I wanted to sell food, and then I wanted to sell hair. I wanted to do Airbnb. I want to stop by and flip houses. I want to do so many things, but I feel like cooking, a lot of people don't like me because they feel like I think I'm better than them. Because I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences growing up. A lot of people don't go through half the things I've been through, so it's hard to relate to them. They look at me like, oh, why do you think you're always right? But it's not that I think I'm always right or I know everything. It's because I've been through what you're telling me. I've been through that, so I've given you advice. So I feel like a lot of times we look at it as, see, that's that A.D.D. I forgot what I was saying.
No, you didn't forget what you're saying. You ran out of what you're saying because what you're saying isn't substance, bro.
It is.
No, I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say, but you're trying to make excuses.
I am not making excuses.
Bro.
What was I saying though?
You were basically explaining that you felt like for the weight loss journey, you didn't need support from other people, but you did. You had the kids had to go with their dad. You had to find a doctor. I'm pretty sure you talked to somebody throughout the process,
for that,
right? I'm pretty sure before when you was doing the herbal tea.
No, I did. So wait, before surgery, I lost 30 pounds.
Okay, but
it like, all right.
But you. Here's the difference. You were intentional.
I lost the 30 pounds.
You were intentional about your weight loss journey, so that worked out.
Yeah, but I had a C-section. I'm making excuses. I know I'm making excuses.
All right, so
I had a C-section and I had
you can't say you want something and make excuses because what would you tell your sons if they was in your face saying this too? You got to understand, bro. Like, you no longer could just operate and make decisions on just Domanasia behalf because you have people coming after you that's watching. Exactly. Right? And one of the questions that I have to ask you is, if your sons were acting the way you were acting or moving the way you moving and mentally and stuff like that, what would you tell them? And whatever that answer is, that's what you need to be telling yourself. You feel me? Because I think a lot of times as humans, we allow external things, we allow excuses, we allow all these things to keep telling us why we can't get something done versus saying, how can I get it done? Yeah. Like, people be asking me, oh, how do you do this? How do you get through this mental thought? I get through it by saying I have no other way, right? I listen to stuff that makes me feel like I have no other way, right? Like, one of my mentors has this quote that says, it has to work or it has to work. Yeah. Like, there's no option for it not to work. And you had that same mindset with your weight loss journey, right? Where it was like, you know what? If I got to go to this extent to get the BBL and this makes sense, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to find the resources and get it done. Right? You didn't let money stop you. You didn't let time stop you. You didn't let work stop you. You didn't let your kids stop you. You didn't let none of that stop you. You feel me? Yeah. So, not to like...
It's okay.
But this was the purpose of this episode where I feel like, not saying that everybody is going through the same situations and not to be insensitive, you know, there are real things going on. There are real things going on. There are some unfortunate stuff where it's just like, damn, I was trying this, but this happened. But sometimes you got to be so intentional that when things happen, you got to still...
Yeah, me personally, I feel like my process was the way it was because I was focused more so on the traumas that... Because, like I was saying, we black out things when we're younger. So when I got older, a lot of things that happened to me, it started to come back to me. So I started to try to maneuver through that first on my own. And when I realized that by myself learning, it was making me more angry, I went and I seek help, and I got me a therapist and a psychiatrist. So now I feel like I'm on to the next steps of, all right, now you're happy. Well, I'm not happy because happiness is like, I feel like it's unreachable for anyone.
I don't think that's true.
I feel like no matter what you, okay, then we're gonna go back to that. But I feel like
explain what you're saying, because sometimes you see this, what you doing some real human stuff, and I'm so happy this is being caught on camera right now, because I this happens all the time. Humans will literally say something, and it's a thought that they believe. They say it out loud, and they be like, actually, that don't make sense. And then they go back into like, all right, but I'm gonna just still believe it anyways.
No, I'm not. I don't believe it. When I'm the type of person, if I hear it and it don't make sense, I'll stop saying it.
But happiness is achievable. I think it's based off
how you feel,
but your perspective.
Yeah.
Right. I just posted something on my story earlier where it was like, you'll never achieve happiness if you're always comparing yourself to somebody else or what somebody else got going on. It was this guy who had like a Lamborghini, and the car next to him had a BMW.
I seen that post.
BMW was looking at him like, damn, I wish I had that Lamborghini. Then next to the BMW was somebody in a Honda, like, dang, I wish I had that expensive car. Then a person next to the Honda was in an old beat down car, was like, dang, I wish I had that new car. Then the person in the old beat down car on a bike, like, damn, I wish I had a car. Yeah. Then the person on the bike was a person next to him on walking. It was like, damn, I wish I had some motor to get around. Then the person that's walking, they had somebody that was in a wheelchair looking at him, was like, dang, that person can go anywhere they want to go in the world. You feel me? And the perspective behind that is, I feel like sometimes we're not happy because we don't know what we're trying to achieve.
Honestly, yeah. I honestly, like right now, okay, so this is personal. But all right, so I got my taxes. I'm not working. I quit my job. I've been quitting my jobs for the past 2 years.
Right by my house? The one by us? My house?
Which one? Kings County?
Yeah.
No, I've been this is my problem. So I quit Kings County in August, and I started working for a shelter. It was ghetto. And then I quit in January when I came back from my birthday trip. I went to Thailand. It was like, it was horrible. But me personally, I feel like my problem now is I feel like stuff is too much for me to handle, so I just run away from it. So I'm trying to stop that. Right now, what I'm trying to do is I wanted to start an Amazon store.
Okay.
So now I wanted to do the arbitration.
Okay.
So I have the apps and everything on my phone. But every time I go to start and fill out everything on the app, I close my phone. So it's like,
so do it right now. Do it right now.
I don't have my state ID.
You see, like, bro.
No, I really don't. Cause you gotta. I have a Virginia license. This is illegal.
So do I. So do I.
Okay.
So do I.
But do you think I could do it with the Virginia license, even though I'm doing my
stuff? I actually have no idea about that.
That's why I want to research that first, because what if I need to have my license in the state that I have the business?
But okay, I get you. But all right, so I'm pretty sure you have bills to handle stuff. You say you just got your taxes. What are you about to do with your tax money?
All right, I already paid off my bills for the next couple of months since I'm not working. Okay. I don't have time for me and my kids to be out cold on the street. My car be repoed. I have too much going for myself already. Mm-hmm. Now I'm focusing myself on more so is studying for school. I'm trying to study for my career. I've been looking at stocks, because I kind of got into the stock thing during COVID, but I just was like, if somebody posted a stock on Facebook, I would just go put money on it. But I want to actually understand it.
So it just sounds like you have a lot of things that you want to do, but it's too much. It's too much, and you're not laser focused on one thing and trying to making that thing work. Yeah. And then two, because it's too much, you just kind of just try to figure out one thing. If it don't work out, you just be like, whatever, and then you just letting days go by. That's right? So again, let's go back to your weight loss. You were intentional. You have to be intentional about the things that you want to do. And something that I try to do, because I have like entrepreneur brain where I have all these ideas, but you can't work on all your ideas at one time. You need to laser focus on one thing and then move on. Whatever is the most attainable and achievable right now and could be lucrative, like you could actually make money from it right now, it makes sense. Focus on that one thing first. Figure that out. Master that. Right? Cool. Then, once you get that, then jump on to the next thing, right? And to figure that stuff out, create a plan, right? Do you have a plan on how you're going to figure out the arbitration? Do you have a plan on how, like...
I just saved a bunch of TikToks that I've been watching.
But
it's not really a plan.
That's not intentional. That's just playing games on your phone. You playing Brick Breaker, bro.
Honestly.
You feel me? You got to be intentional about what you're going to do, because all that's going to happen is time is going to pass you by. Then you're going to be like, damn, it's 2027 and I wanted to do this 2 years ago. You feel me? So it's like, be intentional, bro. Create a plan, figure it out, and like block out all noise. You feel me? And also, you said you had your boyfriend, right? Yes, he could be motivated, but you need to have self-motivation as well.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? Because, God forbid, I don't wish this on you, but what happens if y'all break up? What's going to happen? You just going to lose all your motivation because you don't have an accountability partner? You know what I'm saying? So you have to start holding yourself accountable, because not everybody's guaranteed. And what if, God forbid again, what if he going through something and you got to cheer him on? You still got to have that motivation for yourself. And another thing too is, I know you're a mom, so your why is always going to be like associated with your kids. Have that. Like, have your whys like plain written out. Why you can't afford to fail? Why you can't afford to give up today? Why you can't afford to not be intentional? Why you can't afford to close out the app? You can't afford to do that stuff when you have other like kids coming behind you. Yeah. You feel me? And you may be comfortable now because it's like, oh, I got my bills paid off now and stuff like that. But don't get too comfortable. This is the time. God blessed you in this position to where you have your bills paid off now so that he can give you time to work on what you need to do. But if you waste this time, you may not get it back. You feel me? So that's my little like 1-2-1-2. I know we talked about a lot of things that may have you felt like mishaps or things that didn't go as planned. What are some things that you are proud of, right? Because I think in the midst of everything, we always have to focus on what did go right. You know what I'm saying? Or what was one thing where you felt like this wasn't supposed to happen, but it did happen and it worked out for your greater good?
This is good. I don't give myself enough props at all. I'm always down on myself. That's why I feel like I do make myself feel worse, which is I'm probably self-discouraging, self-sabotaging. Mm-hmm. Personally, stuff that I'm proud of, like my kids adore the ground I walk on. They both think I'm rich. I don't know how. Every house we pass, they want me to buy it. And I'm just like, oh, I don't have that money. And it's New York, so it's millions of dollars. I put my foot down and I came out of a very toxic, abusive 9-year relationship. It was abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every level of anything you could feel. I feel like I need to give myself more props for overcoming that, because there was times when I was suicidal and things like that. So I feel like now I feel happier. Everyone wants to call me now. They want to be around me. My energy is different. Like I notice nowadays when I'm walking outside, random people talk to me. Before I used to, but now I'm smiling at them. I'm having these conversations. I'm engaging with people. So it's making me want to be more, hey, all the things that you couldn't do, maybe now you could do them now because your mind is more clear. So
that's a blessing.
I feel like I feel like me even paying for that program I told you about, that's a step towards my nursing career. When I'm working in the hospital, the nurses are all telling me, you do not need to be a tech. Like they encourage me, like you're not supposed to be with these it's like older ladies that are techs for years. They're like, you need to be with us in the white scrubs. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. So now I'm just trying to stick to that and stay focused. So
yeah, that's good. And I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. No, like, all jokes aside, right? Because I think a lot of times, like, for example, I give a perfect example. So I sit on this advisory board for this domestic violence shelter called URI, right? And we had our first meeting the other week, and I was listening to everyone's stories. And you may think 9 years is a long time. You have a woman who was with these people for 20 years. This one lady was saying her story where she had to flee from Florida because her husband tried to kill her in front of her kids, and she had no no support, no nothing. You feel me? So it's like when you think like you at your lowest and you at your end all be all, like there's some blessing in that. You feel me? Where you're able to move on and, you know what I'm saying, create a new life for your children and stuff like that. While they still could have their father in their life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could co-parent some way, somehow. You feel me? So it's like, just be proud of yourself. Don't be comfortable. And just know that you deserve more. I feel like a lot of times as people, because we look at ourselves from a negative point of view, we don't think we're deserving of more. We think that, like, this is all I deserve. This is all I should have. This is it.
You gonna have me cry, girl?
Don't cry, because I'm not going to cry, so it's going to be awkward. Now I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you. No, but nah, you good. But if you gotta cry, you can do this. You can do that. You can do what you gotta do, right? I told you I'm logical. You could have your emotion, feel me? But more of the story, what I'm saying is, like, I lost my train of thought. I was going good, but what I'm just trying to say is, like, just understand that you deserve more. Your children deserve more. You feel me? One thing I always respected my mom for, bro, is no matter what she was going through, she always let me and my brother know that we deserve more. Yeah. The world is ours. You feel me? It was never like whatever situation we were in. It was like, all right, we may not have cable tonight, but world is ours. The world, you know what I'm saying? So as a kid, that just let me know that, like, I could do anything. Yeah. You feel me? So when you may get in that depressing mood, get happy, knowing that, like, you know what? I gotta let my children know, like, they could do anything. They could feel anything. You know what I'm saying? Right? But don't ignore your feelings. I'm not telling you to ignore your feelings, but just don't sit in a scenario feeling them. Yeah, and don't feel like life is over. You feel me? You what? How?
30.
30. Bro, I was in here with JaZaiah the other day. He called me old. JaZaiah is 18. He called me old. I'm 22. Feel me?
He's 18?
Yes, crazy, right?
He was a baby.
Crazy, right?
Sorry, Jess.
Nah, he called me old the other day, right? Then I was like, that's so funny. Old is really a perspective, right? It's relative to who you're around. Because I get around people who's 30, I'll be like, y'all old.
You talk to us.
Yeah, you'll be like, y'all old. Then I get somebody who's parents' age, they'll be like, you young. You feel me?
40 old to me.
Feel me? So it's like, don't think like life is over. I made this choice, that choice that led me to this, so I can't, like, bro.
I feel like a lot of times, I get what you're saying, like, so a lot of times we feel like we're out of time. Like, yeah. I'm 30, oh my God, my years passed away. But the way, because when I was coming to 30, I said, you know what, I'm taking a trip that's expensive as hell. I don't care. I went to Thailand.
Now you look lit too.
It was really nice. I want to live there. There's so much more activities that we could have did that we didn't get.
You went on vacation?
Yeah, it was my second vacation.
Oh, my fault. Hold on.
But anyway.
My fault. You must have had a good time. You did a little bop.
It was really sad. I was just having a very fun because we're both adventurous. It's not about him. Yeah. So I went to Thailand. I said I was nervous. Like 30 was very I was serious. Yeah. I was like 30. Oh my God. But when I was in Thailand, I brought my books with me. Because I journal. I brought my journals. I brought. Bringing into my birthday, I ordered room service. I got me a bottle of wine, and I sat on the balcony. I wrote something to myself for 30, and I just embraced it. I cried because first I was like, oh, I'm scared, but then I'm like, you know what? This just means that because they say solar return. Mm-hmm. So it's over. That 20 to 30 years, the stressful years. 30 is when you finally figure yourself out. So now is like. Time to get serious. Time to do the things that I said I wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think, bro, the biggest thing to take away, bro, is you got everything that you learned in your 20s. Yep. You're not starting with a new scratch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You starting with knowledge. You starting with, okay.
3 decades of knowledge.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you starting with, like, okay, I've been here before. I've done this before, right? Something that I'm learning is, like, a lot of challenges that I go through right now, it's like, it's similar. Some of them are new. I'll be experiencing some new weird stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. But some of the stuff be like, okay, let me compare this to like maybe a time when I was in college or something like that. How like college me would have handled it this way, but how would this new version of me handle it? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of experiences repeat themselves. It's just that you're more equipped with knowledge to actually handle it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Or a way that could be the most beneficial for you. And it's just like, you've made mistakes and life went on. So what makes you feel like you can't make mistakes right now and life won't go on? You feel me? Like, I don't know. Somebody once told me, like, life is not easy, but it's simple.
No? Who said that?
Fresher. He said it on my podcast.
Simple?
He said, life is not...
Okay, I get where he was going with that, because technically all you gotta do is what you have to do.
Yes.
And you good.
But what you have to do is sometimes, like, a lot. Like, it's almost like...
But if you, like, say for instance what you do. You have to do a lot, but that's because you have goals that you have to meet. So that's what you want to do.
That's a fact. All right, I'll compare it to this example. It's almost like I have a goal to go to the gym 5 days a week. All you have to do is go to the gym.
I don't know how y'all do that.
Yeah, you ain't be coming to the gym with me. But all you have to do is just go to the gym.
It's Cardi, not you.
I don't call that Negro no Cardi, bro.
For real? Oh, I don't call him that neither.
No, he come to college like, yeah, my name Cardi.
Who is that?
Hey, bro.
My mother was so happy when he had a new name.
Bro.
It's like, Mom.
Bro. Now, let me stop what he be like, why? He gonna be mad tight. He gonna be like, my name Dead Cardi. My name Dead Cardi. Nah, but yeah.
My mother is the opposite of you.
Nah, yeah, he you know, out of...
He's honestly my biggest motivation.
Nah, he should be, bro. I always...
Y'all did everything that I wanted to do in college. Literally. Y'all motivate me.
I remember when you was there when we dropped off. Where you was there? No, you weren't there.
No, I didn't.
When we went, bro, your mom and dad, bro, literally dropped us off and said, all right, see y'all later. No Walmart. No, nothing, bro. Just like...
They never did that before.
We got mad bags looking at each other like...
They didn't take us to your rooms? Nothing?
No. We went to the rooms. But that just like, no Walmart, no nothing, bro. But my mom was coming that next week.
Me. I'm like, all right, let me just order him some groceries.
Nah, I remember he used to come through. I used to be taking his snacks, bro. We used to be in there. Nah,
I told him
we lived on the same...
It didn't matter.
We lived on the same floor. So I lived in like, I don't know, but he lived like 4 doors down from me. So it was like right there now. I always tell him, bro, I'm proud of him, bro. Because I remember at one time he was trying to get into that gang, bang, stupid stuff. And I was like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
And about to tell me that.
And I feel like coming to VSU, I really like saw him like...
He changed.
Like
that other school did.
Like, he really like... It was just so crazy. A
whole 360.
A 360.
I was so proud of him. When he told me he was, because I remember when he was thinking about doing this stuff.
The alpha, yeah, becoming an alpha, yep.
He was like, I can't tell y'all his business because that's some secret stuff. But, what his thing is again? I'm not supposed to do that's the wrong one. You see, this is why you're not supposed to do it. Don't do it. It's a secret society. Secret society. Moral of the story is, I was very proud of him. So when we came for his that's why for his graduation, his probate, I was like, me and my mother got some matching shirts.
Yeah, bro, food. Got a new phone, clothes. Nah, it was lit.
We came hard for him, and that's why when y'all graduated, I was like, yeah, we doing this party big.
Bro, they still talk about them cookies to this day, bro. To this day.
Those are some good cookies.
To this day, bro. But nah.
I be telling him, anybody coming up, just book me for y'all little event.
Nah, yeah, facts. I'm start having make food for my events, bro. I'll be having my grandmother.
Oh yeah, we could do that. I don't mind.
Yeah,
I love cooking.
Food. Yeah. But nah, I appreciate your time today. If you had, my last question I would ask you, if you had a magic wand to make your life, how, like, you remember Wizard Wavy Place?
I remember the question.
Yeah. Like, how you could just, I want to do this. How would your life look if you had a magic wand?
Right now, honestly speaking, I probably, if I had a magic wand, I would have my doctor's office open because I don't like how the healthcare system is right now. So I want to own a doctor's office as a nurse practitioner. I want it to be family owned. So I want because I have a lot of friends that are nurses, medical assistants, doctors, psychiatrists, oxygen, I have a lot of friends that's all in the field. So I wanted to do that. So if I had a magic wand, I would definitely have that business up and running. I would have at least 5 houses. 4 of them I'll be making money off of either Airbnb or having tenants in there. One of them obviously would be the one my sons want with the picket fence and the dogs. And honestly speaking, I personally will have about 5 cars. The cars part is just...
This is actually just extra.
Just because I have the money to do it, I'm going to do it. But I will be saving and spending properly.
You don't got to say that just because I'm here. It's okay. It's okay. I ain't the financial police. Now I'm playing with you.
Revolution.
No, I'm playing. Nah, that's a fact. But I'm gonna leave you off with this question, right? And it's a rhetorical question. It's for you to go home and ponder and think about.
I have homework.
Yes. What's stopping you from getting that life? And when are you going to make it happen?
I'm actually this today was very motivational. Me even coming here, I was nervous. I was just talking to him yesterday. I'm like, on my dad's birthday. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling him and my dad, I'm like, I'm going on your podcast. She about to pick my brain. I was like, but I need this because I have these conversations with the same friend over and over again. And we're not really good at holding each other accountable. Because she'll be like, oh, I'm not going out for drinks, but she'll go out for drinks. You see, just now, I was like, oh, I'll just take. Mm-hmm. So I'm like...
And I told you, I said, you don't have to drink.
I know.
Like, you feel me?
You put me on the spot. I didn't say that.
Oh,
I didn't say it out loud.
My fault.
All right.
My fault. It's just a little
black owned. Because it's black owned. I was going to support. That's why.
Excuse.
But, see? Making excuses again. But, so me even coming to here to do this with you, I feel like that's a step for me. Because I would have chickened out and be like, oh, I'm sick. Or make up an excuse.
Well,
I'll sleep my bed.
I appreciate you for coming. I feel like this is great. But again, don't be motivated. Be proactive. Be inspired. Make something happen, right? Because motivation doesn't last.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? You can listen to a motivational... I know people who start their morning with motivation and sleep all day. You feel me? That's you? Oh, because you said with mad...
So, yes, I listen to Sarah Jakes every morning. Well, I try... This is the problem. I'm lying. Let me not lie. I'm be honest here. I try to listen to it every morning. I try my best. Because I feel like a lot of times she's able to talk me into a good day. But how is it a good day if I'm going to sleep right after I finish listening to her, right? So, lately I've been going to the gym.
That's good.
I'm not an everyday gym person. I'm just trying to make sure I ain't waste my money. I don't need the gym. I'm just trying to make sure I don't waste my money. So, I'm just trying to get up, make breakfast. I need to order me some vitamins because I'm getting older. So, I have to make sure.
Take care of yourself. Yeah.
My knees is hurting. It's just, I just got to make sure I take care of myself because I don't want my kids to have to make the decision of putting me in a nursing home. I need to be actively lifting my grandkids whenever they get there because they're not having no babies till they're 30.
Got it. Well, I appreciate you for coming. I think this is a good episode. I think this would be helpful to the people.
I think so.
It'll be nice and good. We even played a Broken Brilliant. Hold on.
You want some real quick?
Yeah, hold on.
All right. I'm going to sip my juice.
Yeah, no shots. All right, cool. So I'm going to get you real quick. So just in case y'all don't know, Broken Brilliant is a financial literacy drinking game. So this is going to test her financial knowledge and see if she really like that. You know, she talked about a couple homes and stuff like that. We want to see. And if you get your Broken Brilliant, it does come with a free shot glass. You know what I'm saying? But
some good questions. I read it. I have one at home.
All right, cool. So Broken Brilliant, the way it works, we have take a shot cards. So these cards have prompts on them. If the prompt applies to her, she got to take a shot. Then we have Q&A cards. If she gets the question wrong, she has to take a shot. If she gets it right, she gets a currency card. And the currency cards are in the box. We're not about to use them right now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What you want to start off with? Take a shot or Q&A?
Take a shot.
All right. Take a shot if you ever missed a credit card payment. Got him. It's too easy. If you want a drinking game for your friends, you play this. Got him. Everybody will be drinking. I missed a credit card payment too.
Yeah.
Actually, not too long ago. Sometimes I'll be forgetting to put my joint on.
Or sometimes, like Bank of America just closed my account one time for no reason. I didn't do nothing. And then the card didn't go through. And I'm like, what's going on? But they forgave me. I ain't go on my credit score because it wasn't my fault.
How long your grace period?
It's 15 days.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
I had to wait for a new card.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
It's a question card. What's the highest credit score you can have?
800.
Nope. Take a shot.
It's 960? It's 860.
Take a shot.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Shot. Nah, it's 850. You said 800. Then you said 860. You was wrong. It's 850. Highest credit.
When I got to 860, but I took a little shot.
Added a little extra 10 points. Okay. All right. Take a shot if you ever bought something you couldn't afford just because it was on sale.
Oh, no, I'm not like that.
Okay. So if you can't afford it,
I'm not buying.
But what if
if I can't afford it, I'm gonna save up to get it.
All right, but what if you want to buy a pair of sneakers? It costs $300, and at the time you don't got the 300, but you see it go down to like 240.
The only thing that I put on Afterpay is my kids' clothes because I have to buy a bunch of clothes. But if it's like I don't irresponsibly shop for myself. I'll buy a little $10 dress off of Shein, make it look nice.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I gotta get me on Shein.
Shein is very cheap and nice.
I
You
never
will like the clothes.
You think so?
I swear you will like the clothes. It's your style. And my sons wear turtlenecks.
My style is Shein.
Huh?
My style is Shein.
What? Because it's cheap? Huh? No, I'm about to show her. I'm sorry, man. You need a second. You need to see what I'm saying.
No.
Shein is literally Forever 21 for all of them.
People that be getting some. I'm not gonna say quality. People be getting some.
Some of the clothes is not quality.
They get some good looking stuff off of Shein. You'll be like, you think it's Zara.
Exactly.
But you can tell the difference between Zara tweed and Shein tweed. You can tell the difference. Shirt.
It's probably not.
I will not. Bro, I need y'all to see this.
Wait, hold on.
I will not wear that, bro. I'm gonna wear a shirt with a flower on it, bro.
Come on, hold on.
No.
Hey, look. Little vacation set.
That looks like I am a Caribbean man going to Tobago, whatever. I'm going to Trinidad and Tobago right now, bro.
No, hold on.
With the toes out. That's that set. That's the toes out set. No.
But wait, don't you make sweatsuits, right?
This is my joint right here.
Where you get your sweaters and stuff from?
Phyllis. This is not Shein. This is not Shein.
Okay, but where do you get these sweaters from?
Don't worry about it. But they're not Shein. Right, I'm playing with you. No. I'm playing.
But how much
I get
sweater?
This comes as a set. The set costs $80. Blank. It's
black. $80. You could go right on Shein, get the same type of material.
You cannot find this on Shein. This is 500 GSM.
Let me see. I'm about to type in 500 GSM.
You cannot get this on Shein, bro. Anyways, look, my last question.
Oh, never mind. This stuff.
Look, see you're pulling up nonsense.
But you still can. I'm telling you.
I'm playing with you.
Feel the quality though. Feel the quality.
Yes, I feel it. It's a little thinner than Zara tweed. It's a little thinner than Zara tweed. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little thinner. It looked nice though. It looked nice.
I'm telling you.
It looked nice.
If I would have brought the kids' clothes, you would see what I'm saying.
I'm playing with you. I know she.
Nice.
No. I'm playing with you. I feel like
everyone spend $80 when they could spend $20. That's another problem people have.
Okay, I'm not sure if you saw my video that I posted the other day where I did a breakdown how much my fit cost.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes.
You thought because you had the pants wasn't they like $60?
Yes.
You could have got those same pants on Shein for $20.
But here's how I look at it, right?
You see, you're making excuses.
No, I'm making sense. Oh. Okay. Sad.
She clocked much.
All right, now I'm playing with you. All right, I'm gonna give you another example. Nike Tech.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where Nike Tech or like Polo. Let's go to Polo sweatsuits because Polo sweatsuits still have good quality.
Yeah, they are.
A Polo sweatsuit is $200, right? To some people, a Polo sweatsuit could be out of budget. If something is out of budget, you shouldn't get it. Cool. But if I could afford to get a Polo sweatsuit, I'm going to get one Polo sweatsuit instead of buying 5 different pairs of like just Shein sweatpants because my Shein sweatpants
they will start to shrink.
Yeah, they'll start to shrink. They'll start to get a little dingy. So now
got the little lip.
Exactly. So now I done spent $20 here, $20 here, $20 here. When I had my Polo sweatsuits for like 5 years, bro. 5 years was a drag, bro.
The 4 sweatsuits. I get what you're saying. It is the material's not the same, but you could switch it up with that for the $80 from Shein.
Okay, but how I see it is
quality over quantity.
All right, I'll go get my Polo sweatsuit. This is what I used to do. I used to get my Polo sweatsuits from Woodbury. Woodbury Commons be having sales.
Yeah, they do.
So a $200 sweatsuit turned to like $160. So I get it for $160. I get multiple colors. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a variation of what I like, different styles, and I can have it for a long time instead of me just having. I tried the cheap joints, bro, and it just like it's a little different because y'all wear your outfit one time. I wear my sweatsuit 3 times a week.
You're right.
You feel me? I'm always washing it, so it's like I need good quality stuff that's gonna last because I'm using it a lot. You feel me?
I
like
this hoodie today. This I'm not. Well, okay. This the stuff I got on right now. I wore it more than once, but there's some outfits that I'll buy today and I won't wear it for. I won't even wear it again because I wore it for that party or I bought it for this event or.
Yeah, like these is from Zara, right?
I'm addicted to Zara from my oldest. So.
Nah, yeah, feel me? Like, and I had these joints since like college. You feel me? Like, And they
so maybe not I gave the wrong example, but the shirts is good quality shirts.
I'm joking with you, but my last question is, what percent should your credit utilization be lower than?
5.
See, I don't know if this is right or wrong because 5 is not bad, but like, what's the percent that's marketed?
I don't honestly.
What's credit utilization?
You asked me. You seen this? She asked me 5 different questions at one time.
No, because you looked a little confused
The
and
first
like you was guessing. So I wanted to make sure you knew what I was talking about.
Credit utilization is how much you use in your credit cards.
Yes,
I know that.
All right, I'm doing that. If you know it, why you acting like?
But I didn't. I said 5 unsure because I really don't know that number because I don't pay attention to that. Me, I don't. So the way I use my credit cards, I pay them off and I use my bills like Amazon, little things come off of it because then. If I try to go max out my credit card, now I have to pay all that money back.
Yeah, but you do the little stuff. Now that's a fact.
It'll be easier to pay off and get that balance back to normal.
Good method.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
That's why I said 5%. Because I feel like you shouldn't be using your credit cards overly unless, like, say you go on vacation, maybe, you want to use your credit cards. Some people come back and say they didn't use it.
No, that's a fact. So 5% is actually really good, but that they usually say keep your utilization 30% or below. But 5%. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I have $9,000 on a card and I only use like $2,700, that's, you know what I'm saying?
That's not too bad, but that's still 30% is high.
It is high.
Calculate.
It is high, but once it's above 30%, that's when it's like has a negative impact on your credit. You can have under 30% and it doesn't have like, you can have like 20% and it won't be like OD. Right? When you have 5%, that's excellent. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But appreciate you for playing Broker Brain. Appreciate you for being here. I think this is a great episode. I think it's gonna be helpful for a lot of people. And where can people find you on social media? You don't want them to find you?
So somebody hacked my Instagram.
Oh my God, black people.
I'm okay with my little 500 followers.
All right, bet. So we ain't.
You can tag me. She's gonna tag me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag her.
But I'm not gonna tell y'all my following. I'm trying to build my TikTok content up, I guess. My son wants.
So tell me your TikTok. You don't want to tell them that either. Oh, you don't know. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Peace, y'all.